Good day, Deep and Word family. Welcome to day 82 of our Bible study review. Today we are going through chapters 4 through 6 of 1 Samuel. As we open up chapter 4, we see that Israel goes to war with the Philistines. And unfortunately, the children of Israel are taking a bad beating. Around 4,000 soldiers died that day. So the children of Israel assume because the Ark of the Covenant is not in their midst, that's the reason why they're losing this battle. The children of Israel treat the Ark of the Covenant as if it's their saving grace. But when they transgress their own covenant, they still think that they can just bring the Ark and they're going to defeat their enemies, when they themselves have become enemies to their own God. Now we see that there were a few that were sent to Shiloh to bring the Ark of the Covenant where they are, in Ebenezer. And so it says that the two sons of the high priest, Eli, come to bring the ark where the children of Israel are making war with the Philistines. When the children of Israel see them coming, they cheer in an uproar because they think that they're going to win. The Philistines speak within themselves. How will we defeat the children of Israel now? This is the same God that was with them that brought them out of Egypt. It caused them to fight even harder. The leaders of the Philistines encourage their men, saying, "Be strong, lest we become servants to the Hebrews, as they have been for us." And so the Philistines, they go on to make war against the children of Israel, and they defeat them. Over 30,000 of the children of Israel fell that day. The Philistines seized the Ark of the Covenant, the Ark of Elohim, and the two sons of the high priest died that day. The words of Yahuwah through the mouth of Samuel were fulfilled this day. A man from the tribe of Benjamin ran back to Shiloh, and he reported back to Eli what had happened, that Israel was being beaten, his two sons had died, and that the Ark of the Covenant was captured. When Eli heard of the Ark of the Covenant being seized by the Philistines, he fell back in his chair and broke his neck. The daughter-in-law of Eli, the wife of Phinehas, heard the news, and she immediately went into labor. She was pregnant with his child, and as she was giving birth, she was dying, and she named her son Ichabod, meaning without glory. She heard of the Ark of the Covenant being captured. She heard of the death of all of her loved ones, and life was fleeing her body as she was giving birth. In chapter 5, we see that the Philistines take the Ark of Elohim from Ebenezer and bring it to Ashdod, and they bring it inside of the temple of Dagon. They set the Ark of the Covenant next to Dagon, and in the morning when they come back, they see that Dagon has fallen face down before the Ark of the Covenant. And so they erect up their god, the image of their God. And the next morning they come in and they see that it's face down again. And this time its hands are shattered. The only thing that is left of the image of Dagon is the torso. No other God will stand before our Yahuwah Elohim. They will all bow. And plus, we already know it by now. They're not gods. They're demons. The spirits behind these images that man makes are demons. And the hand of Yahuwah was heavy against those who lived in Ashdod. He plagued many with tumors. And so they wanted to get rid of the Ark of the Covenant and took it towards the land of Gath. And the same thing happened to the citizens in Gath. And so they're like, here, hot potato, let's give it over here. Let's give it to the people in Ekron. And they're like, whoa. We don't want these curses. They're like, get this thing out of here. Let's return it back to the people that it belongs to. Chapter 6 opens up and it tells us that the Ark of Elohim was with the Philistines for 7 months. And so all of the people gathered together, and they asked the diviners and the priests, "What shall we do with this Ark of the Covenant? How shall we return it back to its people?" And this is the response of the priests and the diviners, verses 3 and 4. They said, "If you send away the Ark of Elohim of Israel, do not send it empty, but return to him a guilt offering. Then you will be healed, and it will be known to you why his hand is not removed from you." Then they said, "What will be the guilt offering which we will return to him?" And they answered, "We'll put 5 golden tumors, 5 golden mice. We will make a brand new cart. We'll place the Ark of the Covenant on the cart with 2 milk cows who have never been yoked before. Then we will send it, and maybe his hand will lighten the burden off of us." And they said, "If the cart goes by its own territory to Beth Shemesh, then they will know for sure that Yahuwah Elohim meant them evil." But they said, "If the cart goes a different way, then we know it's just by chance, coincidence." Well, guess which way that the cart went? Straight to Beth Shemesh. And so the Israelites who lived in the territory, they were reaping their wheat during harvest time, and they saw the Ark of the Covenant coming their way. Let's read verses 14 through 16. "The cart came into the field of Joshua the Beth Shemite, and stood there where there was a great stone. And they split the wood of the cart and offered the cows as a burnt offering to Yahuwah. The Levites took down the ark of Yahuwah and the box that was with it, where the articles of gold were, and put them with the great stone. And the men of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and made sacrifices the same day to Yahuwah. When the 5 lords of the Philistines had seen it, they returned to Ekron the same day. It says that Yahuwah struck down the men of Beth Shemesh because they were looking into the Ark of the Covenant. No one is able to handle the ark except for the priesthood. 50,070 men died that day because essentially they were not reverencing the presence of Yahuwah Elohim. They were treating the Ark of the Covenant like it was something common. And so the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh were terrified of the Ark of the Covenant. They said, "This is a holy God. Who is able to stand before him?" So they sent messengers to Kiriath Jearim, letting them know that the Philistines have returned the Ark of the Covenant, and they wanted them to come and get it. They were terrified of the presence of Yahuwah. You could only imagine what the children of Israel were thinking that day. They thought this was a glorious thing, that the presence of their Elohim is with them again. There is a reason why Elohim allowed them to be defeated by the Philistines. Is that reason because they transgressed their covenant? Very likely. Is it safe to assume that the children of Israel were treating their covenant with Yahuwah Elohim as something common? And a question for us today, are we doing the same things? Will our God allow us to be defeated in certain seasons in our lives if we have abandoned our covenant with him? He promises to honor and protect those who guard his covenant. But if you walk away from him, he promises that there are curses involved. Shall we ignore his instructions all the livelong day and then treat him like he's a last resort? He deserves our absolute best. And I believe that he is displaying that he is not second or third option. He is the only way. We should always reverence the Most High as the Most High. Deep in Word family, that is all that I have for you today. Until tomorrow, Yah bless.